Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and Senia.
Hey, Tampa Bay, happy St. Patty's Day month. That's right, it is the month of March. It is where we celebrate St. Patty's Day. Oh, we're going to have to help her with the volume real quick. Just turn your volume all the way down if you don't mind. I'm glad you guys are watching. Sorry, we're getting our little Instagram thing going. We don't want to have that echo in y'all's ears. We have a great show for you today. Look at this. I'm wearing my green. I got the green watch. I got the green bracelet. I got the green jacket. Frank is thinking money and St. Patty's Day today. If you guys are not checking us out, seeing all the colors we're wearing today, you've got to go to our Instagram feed. Don't forget, Cindy and I are on Instagram every week. Normally from about 11:10 to 12, first Tuesday of the month. I have something exciting we're going to talk about. But first, let me introduce my amazing co-host, Senia Akishina. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing great.
Yes.
I know I always say it, but this weather, oh man.
Isn't it the best?
It's the best. That's why we live in Florida. I love this time of year.
It is. Just enjoy it. Because in 2 months, it's gone. It's gone. We've actually had a kind of a cold winter, haven't we? Like a little bit? Like we've had some snaps.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't mind it, though.
Me neither.
You know? Because again, we think about summertime and it's like, all right, this won't last. So
yes,
you know, sweater weather is okay by me.
Well, you have all your coats from Siberia that you used to have to wear. Right?
I do, yeah.
Do you really?
Even those never get busted out. You know, it's usually just sweaters. That's as cold as it gets. But
yeah, it's funny. We're going. Spring break's coming up. Does your kid spring break in a couple weeks?
Yes.
It starts next Friday, right? For you?
What, the 17th?
Is that right? Is that when yours starts too? I think
ours is the 17th to the 21st.
Okay, same one.
Okay.
So we're going skiing. So we're pulling out all the jackets, all the kids. The kids are growing. So my son's still. By the way, Landon, if you're listening with your buddies at school right now, you need to try on your ski bib when you get home. That's right, not your baby bib, your ski bib. Because I know I'm gonna have to buy a new. I told him he's gonna wear my wife's if he doesn't. I'm like, I'm not buying you one when we get out there and spending $400 on one. You're crazy.
Where are you going?
We're going to Tahoe. Oh no, I'm Tahoe. I'm going to Tahoe. I'm going to Heavenly.
Okay.
Heavenly in Tahoe. It's beautiful. You ever been there?
No, I've been to Salt Lake.
Oh, okay. So probably can you see the lake when you ski at Salt Lake or no? Is there a lake to look at? Am I crazy?
You know what? Where I'm from, you're going to laugh, but I've never really gone skiing. Maybe just like in PE, like when I went to school in Russia, but never like the real deal where you go vacation, skiing somewhere. I know, it's terrible. But my daughter wants to go back to Colorado, so that's the plan, I think, maybe for next year.
Yes. Well, I got some great advice.
See some snow.
We'll talk some more about this in just a second. Let me introduce our guest host today. We have Brandy Breaux. Welcome to the show, Brandy.
Hi, guys.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. A little jealous because I'm not in New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
I know. Well, hey, I'm going to have to spell your name for everybody right now. Brandy's last name is spelled Breaux. And when I found that out, I said, wait a minute. Don't tell me you're Cajun. She's like, yes, I am. And did y'all know what today is? It's Fat Tuesday, right? Today's Mardi Gras. It's the day that it all happens. It's super exciting. Brandy, we're gonna get your story.
That's why she's so sad.
I know, because she's
missing out.
Tampa.
She's in Florida, yeah.
Yeah, you're not in Mardi. Did you go to Mardi Gras a lot did you grow up there, or how'd that work?
Every year. I was there every year.
Oh,
my sister were just talking. We're bad parents because our kids haven't been back in 7 years, so we'll be there next year.
Oh my gosh, yes. Now, let me actually move your camera just a little bit up for your phone, just so I can. You're a little out of frame. Do you want to make sure everybody can see you? There you go. Oh, that looks perfect. So my wife grew up, and we're gonna get back to skiing, by the way. Don't let me forget. But my wife grew up in New Orleans, so she's from I guess New Orleans proper. I guess she's from. Is that where you were born, in New Orleans? Or?
Yes.
Okay, so she did the same thing. She used to tell me stories about they'd bring the kids to the Mardi Gras and they'd get y'all on a ladder and you'd like sit on top of the ladders or whatever to catch the beads. Is that about right?
That's funny. If you look at my Instagram story right now, it's a picture of my son in the ladder that my dad made.
Yeah. They're like, first of all, get me right on this, Brandy. They look like the most dangerous things I've ever seen. They're like,
they're safe.
They put like chairs on sticks and hold their kids up. Like, it's real.
You got to drill it in. Make sure it's drilled in really good. Right?
She's got all the tips.
Get a professional. My dad he can do anything, right? So my dad, ours is safe. He drilled it in. He actually made it. And so he actually made the seat for my son. He made it when we were little. So it's but there are some that are unsafe.
I'm sure, and I'm sure some of the parents having a real good time, and it's like, oh, there goes the kid. That's gotta
so
happen.
cool. It's a good idea for a Gasparilla. I wonder if some parents do that at Bayshore.
It is a good idea. Like,
they should.
And
maybe
listen,
not the safest one if you don't know what you're doing.
No. But they target them for sure. When they do that, like the guys throwing the beads, they definitely target those guys. So
if a Gasparilla, reach out to me, you guys. I can help. I have experience.
Yes. So tell us a Mardi Gras story. Tell us something fun. So how about this? Do you do the king cake?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one already for tonight?
No, so I was trying to stay away from it, but Moreno Bakery and Brandon, their story this morning, they have them and they look amazing.
Ooh. Really? So there's a local place to get them?
Yes.
That's the cake where they hide the little baby?
Yes.
Yes, that's it. So you've done this before.
So another thing I haven't done, no. I've actually never been to New Orleans, and I've never done Mardi Gras, but it is on my bucket list.
I should have totally asked Brandy when I saw the spelling of her name before we got on the radio show. I'm sorry, I'm like last minute Pete over here. But I should have been like, because there is a Gambino's king cake sitting on my counter at my house right now. So you know what Gambino's is, obviously. So that's like the bakery. Been around since what, like 1949 or something like that. And that's where you go get your king cake and they ship them to you. And then it's got all the icing, so the kids put the icing on it. And then you got the colors, like the sugar, right?
Yeah,
the sugar's different.
Sugar.
It's
Mardi
different
Gras
colors. Mardi Gras colors, and you got to hide the baby. So wait, hold on, is the baby already hidden? I think it's already baked in, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And then my daughter, she's always like, oh, I'm going to just get 3 or 4 pieces here. And she always tries to get the baby. But so tell everybody, Brandy, what does it mean if you get the baby when you cut into the king cake?
So when you're a kid in school, you do not want to be the kid who gets that piece, because what it means is next week you have to bring the king cake.
Yeah.
And so 4th grade, I'm in elementary, right? And we have king cake, and I get the baby. Right? So I'm like, Mom, you got to buy a king cake. That's fine. Guess who got the king cake again?
Oh, no.
So, shut up. It's fun for the kid, not for the
There's
parents.
no rule where you get to pass it on to like the next friend over. So, okay.
Oh, no.
Some schools, not my school. If you got it, you got it. It is what it is. But yeah, king cakes are amazing. You have to try one.
Oh,
well,
really
I had one here. Like somebody had like a Mardi Gras themed party. That's the only reason I really know about king cake and the little baby in there.
I mean, do you have any idea where that tradition came from? I have no idea.
Listen, I just know that we eat it. But no.
No, same here. I really know nothing about it. I just know something.
I'm curious about why the baby in there.
Yeah. Well, my kids think it's so fun to get the baby, and I'm like, you guys don't even understand.
No, it's the excitement of getting there, right?
It is.
That's why I say I was excited. My mom, not so much when I came back the second time, because in school that means you're buying the next one.
Yeah. Not all the kids probably thought it was rigged. They're like, wait a minute, how'd Brandy know where the baby was twice? So.
If she knew, she wouldn't have cut that piece.
No, exactly. No, it's really
not at
good.
all.
I'll try to remember. I forgot to get a McRib when they were in season. I promised Cindy I was going to get her a McRib. She's never had a McRib. She's never skied in Russia. She's never had a king cake. What else have you not done?
There's probably a lot.
Oh, my gosh. All right. We're going to figure it out. Every week on the radio, we're going to figure out, we'll do a segment. What has Cinia not done? We're going to do king cake, McRib, and skiing in Russia. So let's go back to skiing real quick before we get back to New Orleans, because we're going to, in the second segment, we're going to learn a little bit about Brandy. Brandy's actually a real estate agent.
Yes.
I get to meet Brandy at an event that I did for some real estate agents. We did some educational events, and we had a little drawing, and somebody won an appearance, and it was Brandy. She's the winner of the appearance. So, I know you're with Coldwell Banker, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
We're going to learn about that. We're going to find out how you got into real estate, but that'll be in the next segment, so you guys stay tuned. We're also going to do some market statistics. Cinia always brings our statistics, and I'm hoping it's good news, because I will tell you, Cinia, I feel busy right now. Things are happening.
Things are happening.
They are. We're going to talk about that in the next segment. We've got our statistics, like I said. We'll maybe talk about this little event I came from, but I want to go back to skiing real quick. So you in Russia, you never ski. Doesn't Russia have good skiing, like mountains and stuff?
They do. I did it in PE.
What does that mean?
But it was more like a cross-country thing. So I just remember going back to class, and I just still felt like my legs were,
like jello,
gliding. Yeah, jello. I've never really gone like on a mountain and, tried it like that.
It's have you done it, Brandy? Have you skied?
No, I'm scared.
Listen, you should be, because it's scary. Like, my kids do stuff that I'm like, you got to be kidding. But these children, they don't have the fear of life in them, like life or death, Me, I'm like, I'm going to break a leg. I'm going to tear something. So basically, when you get to the top of the mountain, first of all, it's scary to get to the top. And then when you get to the top, then it's like basically like a battle to get down. You're like, all right, I got to get to the bottom. And then I'm going to be okay. And then you get back in line and you go back up. And you're like, now I got to be okay again. It's, yeah. Anyway, we did it in a blizzard one time. You couldn't see like 10 feet in front of you, and that was fun. So anyway, we'll talk more skiing and stuff maybe later. The event I just came from, I do want to mention, because Senia brought up reverse mortgages. We'll talk about that later in the show, because Brandy and we want to talk about a little story, I think, about reverse mortgages and somebody who needed help. But that's what I just did. I went to the Northdale Owls. It is on the first Tuesday of every month at the Northdale Recreation Center. It is an amazing event. You have to be over 55 to join the Owls. It's like a 3-hour thing they do. We have a little booth, and we do education. And speaking of, we are going to have a seminar at Lincoln Lending Group. You have to be 62 years of age. It only has room for 15 people. We're going to buy you a Tijuana Flats lunch, and we are going to give away a Cracker Barrel breakfast for all who come. How do you register? Go to contactfrankthebank.com and just fill out a form, and I will reach out to you, or you just text me directly at 813-765-1239. That's 813-765-1239, or contactfrankthebank.com. Or you know what? You can go to reverseguru.com. I should probably be saying that. Reverseguru.com.
That's an easy one, yes.
Way easy. Reverseguru.com. You can request a call or call me directly from there, and I will register you for the event on March 27th. Buy you lunch, give away a breakfast, and teach you about reverse mortgages. So when we get back, we're going to have more of Brandy Breaux, my favorite Cajun realtor here, straight in from Mardi Gras, to learn about real estate. We're doing statistics and a lot more here on the Business Happy Hour. So stay tuned to Senia from Mahar & Associates and Frank the Bank from Lincoln Lending. Sorry, I talk a lot.
Anita mentioned, so it's 4 segments, so we just got through one.
Yes.
And then there's 3 more. He'll, throw his little sign up when we have to wrap things up for the break.
So if you're in a story and you're in the kind of mid thought, and I go like this, if I give you 1, that means 1 minute. If I go again, I'll kind of give you like 30, kind of 30 seconds, and if you keep talking, right? If just know to start kind of getting to a pause, and then when it gets to past there, if I get down to like 20. I'll cut you off if I need to. Don't worry, but just do it. And we just got to go to break, and then we'll come right back.
Cool.
It'll be easy. Let's see. Okay, we are ready. Rock and roll.
All the best mortgage or real estate advice from Tampa Bay's top experts. It's the Business Happy Hour with Frank the Bank Cotto and Senia Akishina.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial, and we are having a great day. I had no idea that our special guest today, Brandy Breaux, was straight out of New Orleans, and I heard last name spelled Breaux. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, you are definitely Cajun. My wife is a Mizell and a Thibodeau, which is, I don't know, can you even spell? I don't even know how to spell Thibodeau.
Oh, I do. I told you I went to college in Thibodaux, Louisiana.
That's right. How do you spell it?
Thibodaux, Thibodeau.
Man.
I feel like I'm in a spelling bee.
Yeah, you are, and you won. And I lost because I can't even spell my wife's maiden name or her maiden grandma's name, whatever. Sorry, honey. Hope you're not listening. Anyway, so New Orleans, it's Mardi Gras. It's Fat Tuesday today. If you are listening to our show on Saturday or Sunday morning, then it's over. Isn't it over, right?
It's over, yeah. Today is the end. Tomorrow they are going to wake up. It's Ash Wednesday, and we are going to go ahead and be good Christians.
So is that how that works? Like Fat Tuesday is the day you get it all out and do all the bad stuff?
Well, it goes on for weeks. The big weekend was this weekend. Starting Friday night, there are big balls. Saturday night, there's Endymion, Baca, Shaq was the king for Baca, Shaquille O'Neal, which was really cool to see. I was so jealous I wasn't there. And then Monday it goes on, which is Mardi Gras, and into today. So tomorrow we try to become regular people again.
So wait, Monday's called Mardi Gras?
Yes.
What does that mean?
There's a big celebration out on the river. It'll bring out, Louisiana is very rich in indigenous, Black Indian heritage. So they come out. It's just a big celebration, a celebration of love. Very diverse. New Orleans is a gumbo pot, right?
Oh, it is, yeah.
I feel like we're going to plan a trip for you guys now.
I think we
Well,
are.
no, and I was thinking when I finally go, you are the person I'm calling, so you can, tell me about the,
Lundi
the
Gras.
Lundi Gras. Yeah.
The Mardi Gras. There's lots of gras.
I never heard of that.
No, me neither.
So, and I guess I didn't really know that it was like a, week-long celebration. You said 3 weeks, actually?
Yeah, it started. Yeah, it goes on. But this is when people say
And
I'm
it's
going
the
home for Mardi
culmination
Gras.
of, okay.
This past weekend is the weekend everybody goes home.
Okay.
And this is the weekend I get envious when I see everybody's social media.
Oh.
So is like the crazy big party on Bourbon Street today and tonight, or was it this last weekend?
This last weekend, just all throughout the city. Starts uptown New Orleans and goes down into the French quarters. Today kind of ends early. So it actually, I told you, today we start working on, later in the afternoon, going back to being good citizens and nice
When is
people.
like the parade with the beads?
All the time. Even during the week. There are
Oh,
parades
really? So
during the
that's
week.
not
Yeah.
just like a one-day thing.
Oh, yeah, there's
So
like tons of parades,
okay.
right?
Yeah, so in high school I was in a marching band. My brother was in a marching band. Sometimes you are marching right after school and have to get up the next morning and be at school for 7:30.
Oh my gosh, man! So I remember my wife telling me that is not just like Gasparilla. We just have a parade, but they have like literally weeks of parades,
Yes.
multiple, and it's like different parts of the town, right?
Yes.
It's crazy. It's the parishes.
Sounds pretty
not towns.
busy and exhausting.
Parishes. You know they call them parishes there. Their counties are parishes.
Yeah, we have parishes. Yeah, your wife is from Louisiana.
That's right. I know. I'm like, what the heck is a parish? Anyway, we went there. We took the kids there 2 years ago. Rented a big house off of St. Charles, I
Yes.
think it is. And,
For Mardi Gras?
no, we're not that
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
No. But listen, Bourbon Street is Bourbon Street. I mean,
St. Charles gets a lot of Mardi Gras action. It's a good place to
it
be.
does. It does. It has like a lot of the old houses and stuff, and it's really really nice. Man.
New Orleans, actually, the first time I ever came to Tampa in like 06, just being around Ybor, it makes me think of New Orleans with the shotgun houses.
Yeah.
And so I was living in Orlando, and I was like, man, this really feels like home right here. Like, it's kind of what made me start loving Tampa.
Yes.
So
actually,
you were saying you're from Orlando, but
Yeah.
you're here now.
Yes.
tell us your story.
And that was part of it. You saw Ybor. Like, I'm
That
coming here.
It's a crazy story. So I went to school in Thibodeau because Nickel State was the only school in Louisiana that had marine biology for a degree.
nice.
And so I graduated. Actually, a guy was recruiting for Disney on campus. He said, if I can't, he's on my Instagram, Trent, I'm going to have to make sure he sees this. He said, if I can't get you a job at Disney, I'll give you lunch money. So I thought I was getting free lunch money. Never been to Epcot. I didn't know they had an aquarium.
Oh.
And so he said, what's your major? Marine biology. And so we go, and he says, I want you to talk to my friend Jackie. She works at the Living Seas Aquarium. And that's how I got to Orlando in 2004. Marine biologists do not make money.
I was gonna say, I'm like, how do you go from marine biology to real estate?
It's a great field. I loved it. But to supplement income, I thought about going into real estate. So 2007 was the first time. So if you go into the DBPR where you can look up agents, you're going to see 2 license numbers. My first license was in 07 because you have to supplement income to live.
Well, it's funny. Like when I was growing up, they probably didn't do this in Russia. Sorry, but I have to mess with her a little bit. When I'm growing up, that was like the thing. You want to be a lawyer, a doctor, or a marine biologist. I am not kidding. Like, are you? Is that what happened with you two?
Yes.
Like we must be similar age because I mean, this is like it was a thing, Senia. Like that was like they'd come in and be like, oh, what are you gonna do? When you're older, oh, doctor, lawyer, marine biologist. Like. Who came up with that? So, by the way, you're the first marine biologist I've ever met. So somebody actually listened and did it. So do you still mess with marine anything?
Not really. I am a documentary nerd.
Oh, okay.
Anytime somebody says something about their kid, and I was like, I have shark teeth, I have stingray plates, I'll bring it to you. I'll bring it. My goal in life is real estate should help me segment into. I actually in 05, 06, I wrote out a plan for aquarium maintenance and setup business. But other than that, just leisure now. Like I would like to go to Belize and dive with the whale sharks. That's the freedom of real estate, right? Instead of working a 9 to 5, is that I can start planning things like that if my kid stop making my schedule for me.
Yes, those kids do make schedules for us.
Oh man.
All day long, my wife and I have been talking about the weekend and what can we and cannot do based on the hockey and the cheerleading and I don't even know, the banquets and the galas and the whatever the heck. So marine biologist to real estate agent. So
Yeah, and I mean, when you see houses that you walk in and there's like an aquarium.
I'm lost.
I think last one I actually saw, like, it just didn't look the healthiest, which I don't know anything about, maintaining an aquarium, but that's like your focus.
I'm judging. I'm judging.
She's judging. She's like, oh,
I gotta
yeah.
call this seller.
I'm judging. No, I do. I get caught up in it. I talk to animals all day. Florida is great for ospreys and hawks everywhere.
Yes.
But yeah, if I walk in your house and I probably let my client go around and I'm still at the tank.
Oh my gosh. Now, do you judge if it's a freshwater aquarium versus saltwater?
No, I'm a Louisiana mud girl. I can't judge that.
Oh, that's right. You know how to catch a crawfish?
Oh yeah, I can eat them real good too.
My kids love. Have you had? Hold on.
Yes,
have
I
you had,
have had crawfish.
Okay, hold on. New segment.
When it
What
comes
has
to
Cynthia not
seafood,
done?
yes.
Yes, she has had a crawfish. All right, thank God. We'd catch those in the little rivers in North Carolina too, and catch little crawfish, and then
I've never
put them
caught
on a
one.
hook. They're awesome. Catch them under a rock.
Okay.
I don't know. In Louisiana, they're probably different than North Carolina. But you get them under a rock, and then we put them on a hook and toss them out there, and the fish would go right after those things.
Yep,
every time.
Easy fishing.
So we're going to take a break. When we get back, we'll learn a little bit more about Brandy Breaux. I think we've done enough on New
Brandy.
Orleans. Oh my God, I said Brittany. Sorry, I'm not even looking at my sheet. Brandy Breaux. We'll be back in a minute here, and we're going to also talk about what Cynthia has not done, including statistics. We'll be back in just a minute. Oh man, hey, we got.
You're on a roll.
I am on a roll. That was funny. We waved all our people here. Thank you for listening, guys. Make sure you share this out while you're watching us. That'd be real nice of all of you. Somebody's talking about crawfish on here just a second ago. That's funny. I love crawfish. It's just I wish there was a way to get those dang tails out easier.
Oh, it's just practice.
I know. Do you?
I'm sure Brandy can show you.
Yeah, you just pop it and you got it, and you do the thing where you grab the tail and pull it out.
My dad would do a big boil every year.
Yeah. All right. Okay. He's ready to fire. All right. We're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna go back. I think we'll go back into stats.
Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and Senia.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. Thank you for tuning in. I got a couple of guys watching from our Instagram right now. Official King Rhino, he said, make sure those crawfish are curled before you eat them. What does that mean? Like I'm going to get sick if they're not curled? What's he mean by that, Brandy?
They're cooked. They're good.
Is that what it is? They got to curl and make sure they're
see
cooked.
the little tail curl up. When
okay. And if not, I think they probably don't taste so good raw. I'm going to give you that.
I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't try it.
Now, did you do the crawfish races during your little parties where you put them down and put them in the circle and have to race their way?
I was just there to eat.
Oh, man.
I did play with crabs, though, blue crabs.
Yeah.
They're fun to catch and hold. So crawfish, not so exciting.
Crawfish races. So I guess that's something I've never done.
Yeah, at the last, we did a family reunion up there in, City Park.
Mm-hmm.
All right, see, I knew she'd know where that is. Right, City Park. It's a nice little park. And we had like 150 Cajun family there, my wife's side and all that. And all the kids, they made a big circle on the ground, and everybody got to pick a crawfish. And you put your crawfish in the circle, and then you got to let them go. And then whatever crawfish crawls outside of the circle first wins. And the kids were doing this for hours.
That sounds like I could do for hours. That sounds super fun.
It was.
Okay.
It was never the big ones. It was always the small ones who made it out of the circle. I gotta say that. And then they didn't get eaten. They actually we allowed them to live. Like we let them go. The ones who won the races. It was kind of fun.
Bless your hearts. We don't let anything make it.
Brandon's like, that one goes in the pot. Put that one in the pot. What's your favorite crawfish recipe?
So you have to get crab oil, a good boil, cut up lots of garlic, lots of onions, citrus. And so Texas are going to kill me. When I first moved to Texas for a little while, they put the seasoning on the outside. No, it's in the water. You put it in, you let it soak. Let it soak. It's cholesterol on the outside of that shell. Just let it soak. I'm a garlic fanatic. I even like to eat the garlic out of there. Lots of garlic, lots of onions. It's let potatoes sit in that crab boil. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. You will love it. It can be addictive.
Have you had a crawfish boil?
I just had a shrimp boil. I mean, I've had
Close.
crawfish, but
Okay.
I don't know if it was like you're describing. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, you have to get some Louisiana mud bugs in your system.
The mud bugs. That's
The
another
mud
word for the
bugs,
crawfish.
okay.
Makes it sound real appetizing. Let's get some mud bugs. So we always do our statistics, Brandy, and Senia, since she's with Mahar and Associates, she brings in statistics usually from Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Pasco County. We talk about sales, prices, all that. So since you are in real estate, and I figured it's a good time, we can let Senia do some statistics, and then we can talk about the market. And then we'll go back into Brandy and learn a bit more about her and who your client is and who should call you, especially if they're Cajun. Go for it.
So since you brought up the 3 counties and Hernando as well, would just go over the numbers for all 4 of those counties.
All right.
And in January, our year-over-year closed sales for single-family homes were up 7.9%.
All right.
And that's a total of 2,458 units. Median sale price, so again, for all 4 counties, when you combine them up, down 1.3%.
Okay. Negligible.
That number is $394,990. And keep in mind, this is January numbers.
Right.
So just traditionally, January, we just get over,
Yep.
all the holidays, things like that. But we're definitely feeling things wake up.
Oh, yeah.
So aside from these stats, I know you said you're getting busy. We're getting busy. Let's see what other number is good. Median time to contract was up 17.1%. So that's putting us at 41 days. My personal prediction is that number is going to start going down.
Really?
With the activity that we're seeing, there are more sellers that are finally deciding to enter the market. And I think buyers should be, close behind that. So I do hope to see that number go down. And month supply is up 42.3%.
Wow.
That's year over year January. It's still 3.7 month supply.
And we really needed to get down to 3 or less, right?
No, we need more. Listen,
we need more. We want
still
6 months?
need more. And that's another prediction I have is that number will keep going up. And I do think that's a good thing. We still need more inventory. And I think that'll help buyers too. When you start seeing stuff, oh man, I got this one popped up and I think it'll also help them get off the fence.
So for years, I didn't understand that. And I know, Brandy, you comment on any of this, but I didn't understand the correlation between inventory and sales. Like I kind of thought like, oh, well, more inventory means, there's more options and it's not really going to drive more sales. But I think it excites people. Right, because now you're searching on your Zillow or Realtor.com or whatever, and you get all kinds of houses popping up that you never had an option for. So I think it's
traditionally that equilibrium number is 6 months. I would say let's just call it 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
Now, so we're still not even at that 4-month mark. So I think if you are a buyer and you're entering the market, you narrow down your area.
Yeah.
It's still not like you have a ton of options, even though, yes, we hear, homes are sitting or whatnot. There's multiple factors there. Some sellers still, stuck on price. As a seller, you do have to be aggressive right now.
Right.
You have to price well. And, but ultimately, I think all these things are good for our market. I do think we're going to have a busy spring season. Mm-hmm. And, yes, hopefully more inventory.
Yeah. How are you feeling, Brandy? Tell us your
It's coming. We were talking about it before. I've had some people always say they ghost us, right?
Yep.
Disappear on us, who are starting to call. I have a few appointments next week. I have a listing right now. January, we saw very minimal showings, right? Last week and this week, showing requests,
nice.
showing requests. I think part of it is also we are in election time. So, people kind of get wary and want to wait and see, which we can all respect, right?
Yes.
And then we're coming on to spring. Spring is always just a good time in the market. But to your hint, sometimes I'm a seller and I'm thinking about it and my neighbor sign goes up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my neighbor house sells. Now I want to move is what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm telling
contagious.
the sellers. Like, don't wait for your neighbor's sign to go up.
No.
If you're thinking about it, go ahead and, get on it. I mean, we're already in March.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, it's hard to believe, though, right? We're already in March.
It is hard to believe, yes.
So, I mean, does this mean it's like officially is our spring buying season started? I think it kind of has.
It's starting. And actually, you know what? Because I always look for maybe some interesting things I could pull up. And I pulled up the migration trend for 2024
Mm-hmm.
that was released in November by the National Association of Realtors. I don't know when they use these numbers for, but anyway, Florida was definitely like at the top of that list. And 46% of people that moved south.
Oh.
So and I wanted to ask you guys actually, what do you think the top reasons were for people choosing a certain area to move to?
We're in Florida. It's amazing. I may be biased. No, but you have different people, right? You have the people coming from up north. Obviously, the weather is a big factor. You have Southerners. California, it's pricing, right? They have the beautiful weather. They have the beaches. Our weather is a little bit more amazing. I may be biased again.
Yes.
Or you have somebody like Louisiana, like me. I love Louisiana. I lived in Texas, but I can take a easy 45-minute drive in any direction, going south or north, and I am at an amazing location, amazing beach, right? I don't have to go outside of the country or, to the Caribbean.
That's a great point.
Absolutely. So yeah, the top reason, and I would say that goes with location, but it's to be closer to family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one down was more home for the money.
Yeah.
And this is, nationally. So all the people that did make a move. But the other one is reasons the clients chose to purchase a specific home. And it kind of is across the board all over the country. But in the South, what do you think that number one reason is for the specific home that you pick?
A pool. That's my guess. Go for it, Brandy.
What's your guess?
I'm thinking price.
Very close. So outdoor space. And I would think a pool is definitely one of them. But I think we all know I love my outdoor living area.
Me
so
too.
that's always been top on my list as well. And the next one down was more square footage.
More square footage.
So people,
bang for the buck.
upsizing a bit.
People complain about the prices here, but go take a drive up north. Get to Virginia and north. D.C., New York, Pennsylvania, all those prices are insane. Mm-hmm. So we are spoiled. But then again, I call it a great reset. Like when COVID, I think it kind of reset our prices down here, and especially our beach real estate. Our beach real estate has been way undervalued for what we are. I mean, we have the best beaches in the world right here in Florida, to what Brandy was saying, and they were too cheap. And I hate that we're kind of screwing Floridians, because people who lived here locally their whole life have gotten to take advantage of it. But now you have all those people coming from north. So my advice, I think everybody in this room will agree, is if you're a buyer or a seller and you are on the fence, we keep telling you it's time to get off, but you're about to get kicked off the fence. Like, it's not going to be you stepping off of it anymore, because it's going to go from a buyer's market to a seller's market sooner than later.
Talk about the beach properties. Yeah. Like, yes, it's always been very affordable, but now with the hurricanes, we're a few months down, lots of things, happening there. And the homes that are going to be, just reconstructed, I don't think those prices are going to stay as affordable.
Oh,
I mean, if you've got a brand new home coming up on, one of those prime lots.
Yeah. Listen, I have not seen deals on the beach. I think they're going up, not down, especially if people are having to rebuild. So, I mean, I'm just such a proponent of act now. The spring is the buying season. So if you wait until the summer, that means you are already behind so many people and so much opportunity. Before we take a break, and in the last segment, we're going all Brandy, all segment. We're going to find out everything we need to know about her real estate career. But I want to ask Brandy a trivia question real quick. What do you think, and you got a little bit of this from the seminar, what do you think today's 30-year fixed rate is on a FHA or VA? Just take a guess.
Fixed rate?
Yeah, 30-year rate, FHA, VA.
Are we at like 5.9?
That's actually the most reasonable guess of anyone I've asked in the last week. So that is close to accurate. So you can lock. We just locked 5.25%, guys. 5.25. So everybody who's sitting on the fence thinking you got to wait for the rates go down, stop waiting, because when the rates go down more, everybody's going to be in the market.
Oh, yeah.
Brandy, yours is almost the perfect wholesale average, 5.875.
I wonder if she would have said that, though, had she not gone to your little lunch and learn, because most agents would guess higher.
Yep.
Even agents, not just consumers. So
They would. So on that, we're going to take a quick break. Rates are low. When we get back, it's all about Brandy Breaux, the real estate agent. Stay tuned to the Business Happy Hour. Sorry, James.
You're doing great.
I blew that segment by a little bit because we were all bantering. I didn't even raise a hand for y'all. All right, Brandy, this is all you. Where do you want to go? What do we want to say? What do we got? How about what should we advertise for people to contact you? What's the easiest thing you think for people to remember?
If they know my name, they can find me on everything. I use my name for everything.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I can keep.
They just have to get that spelling down.
Like, yeah, I'll give the
and
Cajun
Brandy,
spelling.
not Brittany.
I know. Sorry, Brittany, Brandy.
He does that.
I do. I've been known to do that multiple times. So you want to do that? Just tell them find Brandy Breaux. Find you online. Perfect.
Yeah, it's the easiest.
Let's do it.
Everybody likes to Google.
Yep, they do.
It's kind of scary though.
It is. So I'll just
World we live in.
I'm going to give you the whole segments. I mean, you just add, you tell a story. If you want to talk any real estate stuff, you want to talk about where you've been, how you doing. You can talk about what you're active in now, who to call you. We can ask you some stuff, but rock and roll.
Okay.
You're killing it. You're absolutely killing it. We are ready, James.
Let's get back to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, owner of Lincoln Lending Group, and his co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates.
Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. We are having a great time. We had no idea that we had a real-life Cajun in the studio on Mardi Gras. Couldn't have been any better. I hope my wife is watching this show because she's probably dying over there. Especially she's going to yell at me for not knowing how to spell Thibodeau. So we had Mama Mizell and Mama Thibodeau. There's a difference in mama and mama, by the way. So Brandy Breaux, but spelled Breaux. That is Brandy, Breaux. You guys got to find her online. You can Google machine her. You can go to the Instagram, the Facebook. She actually, if you're watching the Instagram or Facebook, she's joined right here, so you can tag right over to her. But she is a great real estate agent. She knows her stuff. We're going to talk about and learn a little bit more about her in this last segment here. But we want you to reach out. Talk to her. She can find you the right place. I'm sure she's got some listings. She loves working with buyers. I know that she knows her stuff because she just nailed the interest rate question better than any real estate agent I've asked in the last 30 days. Said they're in the high fives, and that is true because you can get in the high fives right now with very little points and very little cost. If you want 5.25, you can do it, but it's probably going to cost you about 1.5 to 2 points, right? So marry the house, date the rate, and let's talk to Brandy. Tell us, who's your best client, Brandy?
An open-minded client.
Oh.
And the reason I say that is because Tampa is a unique market, right? So people read stuff and they say it may not apply to Tampa. It just may not. So you have to be open-minded. You also have to understand that what you want, you're probably not going to get in Tampa anymore. So you're going to have to go outside of Tampa. That's not bad, all right? Plant City is looking amazing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Parish is looking up. Dade City, San Antonio. And so you have to be open-minded. You can have what you want. It may not be where you want it. And just like we were just talking about, Tampa, the prices, getting closer to the beach, the prices, they are what they are. You have to, I tell people all the time, see what you can buy in New York City for $350,000, right?
Like a box?
Yeah, they're coming down here and we're complaining about prices because we're Southerners, but this is great value to them. And so you have to be open-minded. Trust your agent. If you don't trust your agent, find another one, right? But you have to be honest. If you're not trusting enough to be honest with them, we can't help you properly. Am I right?
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
We have to, even your lender, like when you're talking to your lender, you have to, what are you really doing it for, right? Is this I just want to get something to start, right? Or is this my forever home? Is it okay if this is just a first time stepping stone? Things like that really help us navigate where you are, who you are, and what we can really find for you. I don't know about you, but I'm a open house, new construction junkie. So like, I want to see it. I want to know it. So the more you tell me and the more I truly know, don't say, oh, it's okay if I go, south when you're not happy with that, right? Because then you're not happy with me. And I'm not delivering the right service to you guys. So open-minded and honest, guys.
I love that. Yes. Honesty, I think, is key. And sometimes there are buyers that are very, skittish. They don't know exactly what to share with you. But trust me, the more, we know, the better we can help you.
Yeah. You have to be honest. The way we frame it, and that maybe you agents could use it for you agents, sorry. But maybe you real estate agents over here, sounds terrible, could use this. But how we say it to the client is we say, picture your broker, your originator, your banker as your attorney. You have attorney-client privilege. You can tell us anything. And then the underwriter is the big bad judge. Right? We've legally, let me say that legally, we figure out what you have to tell the judge. Right? Because your attorney doesn't just take everything you said and go and blurt it in front of the judge, right? That's our job. So same with your real estate agent. You've got to be honest with them. You have to tell them everything or they're not going to find you the right property. What else, Brandy?
And just trust the process, right? Some people, the process goes smooth. It's going to be, I got my pre-approval in a few days and I'm out the next weekend. That's not usually it, right?
No.
the reason why I even had a close number to that is because I am a numbers junkie, or I just want to know. I was on LinkedIn today and I saw Tampa Housing Authority. They were celebrating. It was a lady's 3-year journey to home ownership. 3 years, right? No, it doesn't usually take that long, but the fact that she didn't give up is what I tell people. It's okay if it takes you a few months. I closed with a guy last year. It was day 364 from the first time he sent me a message on Instagram.
Oh, my God.
And I said, he just got a divorce. Take some time. I want you to talk to a lender now, but trust the process, right? And it was just to put him in a better situation interest rate wise, right? At the end of the day, it comes down to what do you have to pay a month?
Right.
And I always tell people, I don't, for lack of a better way to say it, I don't care what you get pre-approved for. I need to understand your lifestyle, right? Because if I know your lifestyle and you like to travel, you got pre-approved for $500,000, but we have to account for your travel lifestyle.
Right. Maybe a townhouse or a condo could be better for that.
Exactly.
See, I'm reading your mind already. Yes.
But this is why we need that honesty, right? Just to be very upfront.
So tell them, it's a great thing you can tell your banker, instead of telling your banker what you want, and this is good on Brandy too, what they want, ask them what they want their payment to be. And then we'll just do the math backwards. You tell me you needed to be under $3,000 a month. Well, I'm going to tell you what you can buy, and then Brandy's going to find that for you.
And guess what? Everything's realistic and nobody's feelings are not hurt. Right? Nobody's bubble is burst and they're upset now.
Right.
Now, you know what we have? We have a trusting relationship, right? Because we were all honest up front. And I think that's some of the biggest things I hear when I hear things negative. It's just because there wasn't an open factor of just being truly open and honest.
Right.
Lifestyle matters. My son is in orchestra and he plays AAU basketball. Man.
Whoa.
Right?
That's a mix right there.
So, like that has to account for a lifestyle for us, right? His coaches just sent hotel rates.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so like these are things we need to know because you don't want to lose your lifestyle. Like some people call it house poor.
Right.
Right. We can help you find what you want and you can still keep that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But overall, key is, and I mean, I think that goes across the board for all agents, is you call the lender first. Before you start looking, you call them up, you guys talk the numbers, you figure out exactly what is affordable. This is what you can qualify for. Maybe you can't qualify just yet because this is where your budget allows you for, and we need a little bit of time, maybe working on your credit. So that's where we start. And it's okay if it takes, a whole year. Just start the process.
Exactly. And by the way, I'll throw this out there. Your pre-approvals, guys, even though technically they're only good for 90 to 120 days because of the credit, as long as you don't screw up your credit and don't quit your job, your pre-approval with Lincoln Lending Group is good indefinitely. So all these clients you're talking to for years, that's fine. As long as they didn't change anything major, you're good. Brandy, it has been great having you on the show. You have been a blast. I am so happy that we had you on Mardi Gras.
Yeah, how funny is that?
We are titling the show Happy Mardi Gras with Cajun Realtor Brandy Breaux. And it is spelled Breaux. You guys, if you forget it, go to contactfrankthebank.com or Reverse Guru. All you got to do is click the button to call or text me, and then I will get you in touch with our favorite Cajun real estate agent. And let's leave the listeners with, what's your favorite area to sell in real quick?
Everywhere. No.
I love it.
Yes.
I do. I go. If not, I'm going to refer you to a great agent in that area.
I love it. Well, thank you for coming on the show, Brandy. It has been great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, we'll see you guys next week on the Business Happy Hour. Stay tuned.